Other interesting political news, you have Nikki Haley proposes the repeal of a federal gas tax. An idea from 1996, but a good one nevertheless. Now, this is one of those things where another great example of we have so many debates in the United States, and the pessimist in me, and many people also, kind of say a lot of problems will never be solved because if you solve a problem, you can't actually gain money by posturing and making a political thing. You can't increase your campaign funds by saying we're going to fix XYZ problem, which is why, if you think about it, we've a lot of the things that are controversial in the United States, a lot of the hot political topics, we debate. I mean, it's been debated for decades, and there hasn't really been a lot of movement on them because both Republicans and Democrats use those topics to raise campaign funds. So a little bit of a pessimistic theory that I have. Not that all unique. I know other people share that opinion as well. But this is something where yet another great example of the government. Never believe them if they say there's going to be a temporary tax. Ever. Because, again, it never is. Just like the income tax. Another thing that was supposed to be first voluntarily, then temporary. Like true. You see a lot of these parallels with current politicians. They say, oh yeah, it'll only be for the richest of people. Only they will pay the income tax. And then they go, oh well, temporary, everyone will do it. And then we go, oh yeah, we'll get away. We'll stop eventually. And they never did. And they just take more and more and more and more, and tax damn near everything that isn't nailed down, and sometimes things that are nailed down. So this idea, again, going back into history when the good old days when the government didn't tax people to death, it looks like the current federal tax on fuel is 18.3 cents per gallon of regular gasoline, and then 24.3 cents per gallon for diesel fuel. Now, the gas tax was made permanent on a federal level during World War II, first created on June 6, 1932, and at the time, it was just 1 cent. A great example of just taking, and taking. Now, Nikki Haley brought up this idea, and this is from Team Haley on the Twitter, and they say, quote, Nikki Haley's proposal to repeal the federal gas tax would be a positive step away from the continued consolidation of government power in Washington, unquote. And they actually have a picture of gasoline. It looks like the prices in California, where it's $6.97 per gallon for regular, just bland unleaded, and $7.19 per gallon of premium. I can't fathom how people afford to live in California. Everything is so expensive. Well, they want it that way. Presumably they want it that way. That's what they vote for every midterm and every year. But that is quite a bit. Remember gas was $1.75 a gallon, and the U.S. was energy independent for the first time in 60 years. Your gas tank remembers. Your checkbook remembers. Oh, more accurately, I know a lot of people don't use checks anymore. Your bank account remembers. Your weekly budget remembers. So again, in terms of moves on political chessboard, smart move by Nikki Haley. Why not focus on, again, Republican, whoever is running, they should be focusing on what's affecting the average consumer. Inflation. Your weekly budget when you're going to the grocery store. What are your groceries going in price? Well, there are many reasons for that. Partially, it's the fuel taxes. Partially, because supply and demand of the fuel, you decrease the number of federal gas permits that you're releasing, you're decreasing the number of places you can drill, you're kneecapping the areas of production. How much does that hurt you? And also, when your stuff gets to the store shelves, that takes fuel as well. Usually diesel fuel because they're coming from semi-trucks. Now, it looks like this tweet got 23.4 thousand views, which for Team Haley is pretty good when you look at their average of how many views they're getting. Now, let's go to the comments. I can't help but wonder I guess we know who would be against repealing a tax that would help out average people. Now, let's look at the comments. You have someone by the name of A Wake in the Desert. This person says, quote, prices of any goods or services are set by supply and demand, not a party nor a person, unquote. Now, this person got 1 like, surprisingly enough. I don't know how mentally vacuous this person is because they can't. It takes less than, again, we have unprecedented amounts of access to data these days. It took me literally less than 3 minutes to just go on the internet and research the federal gas tax and the history of it. And we just covered that in less than a couple minutes, where we're talking about how the government is controlling the price of the fuel. Now, it's not a single variable analysis where I'm not saying all the price of your gasoline is coming from the gas tax. we just said it's about 18 cents for regular and 24.3 cents for diesel. And also, the government does control production because they control every step of production is highly regulated, thereby increasing cost. Now, you can certainly debate the cost-benefit analysis between that. As a wise man by the name of Thomas Sowell just said, there's no such thing as solutions, only trade-offs. Now, again, the U.S. government is controlling where you can drill for fuel for fossil fuels, how much you can do. I mean, they're heavily regulated. So this person, let me know. Should we have like a special award? So we have the business blunder of the day, but do we expand that to the political blunder of the day, or in this case, the moronic tweet of the day, or the mentally vacuous tweet of the day? Let me know in the comments. We'd love to see how we can make the show better with your input. Let's see, what other comments do we have here in this section? Not a lot of likes. Let's see here. Someone by the name of Jerry Wah said, quote, Nikki Haley is right on everything, unquote. And he uses the thumb up emoji showing he's hip, although he did not get any likes. And I can't tell if this person's sincere or not, but nevertheless, Mr. Eric Bowden says, quote, way to go, Nikki. That 18 cents plus my 13-gallon gas tax will get me $9 a month, unquote. Which, I was going to say, those savings add up. Again, every dollar that the government is stealing is something you can reinvest in yourself, your kids, your business, whatever you want. It's yours. More of it should be kept to you, I would argue. Let's see here. Someone by the name of Peter Lamer. All right. This person says, quote, so you don't want roads maintained, bridges kept up, unquote. This person got 2 likes, which I would argue we need more privatized highways to begin with, and we need better contracts to actually construct it so that they're actually built right. Now, I swear, and this is a long-standing conspiracy theory, it's almost as if the roads are built poorly to ensure job security for the people who repair them. With one of the most cliches in history being the Autobahn in Germany, it's still rock solid decades later. It's also, 9 to 13 feet deep? I mean, they built it pretty solid. Now, United States roads, I don't know if they make them out of Swiss cheese, because that would be a foreign substance. You wouldn't want that, of course. Well, better metaphor would be, I need to write this down. I just thought of the 9th legitimate excuse, or actually 9th legitimate reason of things you can do with Bud Light. Bud Light, use case number 9. If you win the Bud Light sweepstakes, use them as bricks for a road. There we go. And again, we might even get to 100. I know that's ambitious. I think there's 100 new uses for Bud Light, but you could potentially take the Bud Light, crush them, and use it to build a road on, an aluminum road. Although, I was about to say the yellow brick road. For Bud Light, it would be the rainbow brick road with their current marketing initiatives. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's their decision. Let me know. Do you think that would be a good use for Bud Light? You could use it to make the roads better? It'll be interesting to see. That might be a new science experiment. Now, let's see if there's any other responses. Someone by the name of Anne said, quote, you need to encourage your Republican CEO buddies to quit price gouging Nuramarta? I have no idea what the Nuramarta. I don't know what that is, but the internet might. Nuramarta. Is that what? Oh, that's her name? Oh. Really? Okay. Learn something new every day. I thought it was just Nikki Haley. I guess that's her legal first name. Interesting. Although not as cool as interesting as having a name like Topping. That's just classy, some might say. Let's see. Other comments. Yes, Anders said, quote, she lies so much, nothing she says can be trusted, unquote. Hashtag BS perfume. This person got 0 likes. So there's a lot of critique. Let's see here. Okay, here's one. Someone from Team Haley. Looks like they tweeted her upcoming speaking events with a picture of her. I got 29 likes. So okay. So fair. Let's say Let's see. Stop it. Yeah, I'd say, shoot, I want to say 70% supporting of her. There's a lot against her. Maybe 60%. Yeah, I'd say about 60% in support of Nikki Haley. And again, if I was, maybe DeSantis and Vivek and Trump will copy this idea, get rid of that. Make the roads actually reliable. Don't make them disposable. Let me know, is a cliche as well as time, how long do roads take to construct and how quickly they just disintegrate into nothing? Is that by design, or do you think, well, why do you think they disintegrate so quickly? It's almost as if they want to have the guaranteed job again and again and again. But that's just my 3 cents. It used to be 2 cents, but 40-year hyperinflation, I should really charge 4 cents, but what can I say? I'm a generous man, so just 3 cents today. Thank you everyone again for taking the time to tune in today. I know it's ambitious. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of October, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, your feedback in the comments are greatly appreciated, even if it's a harsh critique. That's how I always say you grow the best. Also, a like helps the channel out and it gets the video shared more. Possibly, maybe. I'm not sure. It looks like the algorithm kind of is a little haphazard, so to say. But nevertheless, all those 3 things help the channel out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, and lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.